Hey, guess who's back? It's me again. Let's look at a property in North Carolina. So, I have to talk to my VA one more time, my virtual assistant, that she didn't do a good job on this one. Sacred for Fire Road. It's this vacant lot right here. Was this this one, and first thing that I noticed, it's backed off by a golf course. See, there's the golf course right here. Those properties usually typically go for more. And then I went to Data Tree, just was doing research. There's one for sale for 375, but there's a house in it. And what we can do is we can check that house because we scroll down the history and we see how much the land was sold. Most likely it will be there. Look at that. This land was sold for $43,000 a year ago. And I found more like that. There's a house that was just sold in there also, right here, by the golf course in the background, in the backyard. And that one was sold, the land was sold for about $45,000 a year ago. She put a price of $20,000. She made a huge mistake. And more map, and that's something new that I'm trying to teach them, right? And I'm teaching everyone. There's another green dot here. Same thing. The land that we're looking is right here, and then there's this one right here. It's pretty similar size. Sold for 300. Oh, that's the house that I showed you here, 132. That's the house that I showed you. And then we found out how much the land was sold for. Super easy, right? And then there's another dot in here. A little bit bigger lot, but not a good lot. And it was sold for $52,000. Let's check Zillow. I have no clue how she got $20,000. It was sold in a little bit more than 6 months ago. $52,000. Let's do the regular thing. Oh, okay. She took these properties right here as a comparable. And it's not easy to do comps, but maybe because they are not backed by the golf course, having their golf course in their backyard. That's a big thing, guys, actually. 52, but it's only two that were sold for 20, and then 23, and then we have 53. We have 513. Let's take a look at this one. This is a house, unless it's a lot of acreage. This is not correct because it's only this tiny, so it's a house. But we can see that there was a vacant lot in there, most likely sold for $59,000. And we can look at this one and this area by the golf course is gonna be different than this area here, right? There's like no golf in here, so that's why it's more expensive on the left side. But let's take a look at this one. I want to get the address and I want to put it on Data Tree or Land Portal. And I don't think it would be that hard to sell that lot. There's got to be more paying attention, more like understanding. The reason is, look at that. It's a very skinny lot. It's like a rectangular lot with little road frontage. And as you can see, it's not by the golf course, by the golf area. Can't put the little guy here. Most likely there's a gate here for this community. The rivers, maybe it's called the river. And that's why, yep. See, there's no gate actually, but no one is going there. You can go there, right? But the Google didn't go there. Very different from these lots on your right. And then there's another one that was sold for, here we go, the same thing. That's the one that we saw, right? That was sold for $59,000. Let's take a look at that one. 127. $59,000. Let's see my competition, right? And I want to be where I am. I don't want to be the whole big area. I want to be in a smaller area. See, there's one for sale for 50. to be on this side of the, on here, right? You can do this. Let me teach you. Remove boundaries and then you do a draw. You draw on your screen. This is the area that I want to work at. Come on. Apply. Satellite. That's the area that I want to look for comps, right? If there were no comps, it would be a little bit hard. There's 2 for sale, 1 for 77. And let's see how many days they have been on the market. 10 days. It's fairly new, but seems to be more expensive. As we can see, they're selling for 45, 50, 55, right? And then there's another one for 50. This one is like a vacation. Let's copy this out. Let's try copying this out. Let's see if there's a parcel number here. There's a parcel number. Let's copy this parcel number and let's go and see where this property is located, because that's what happens. Realtors are not the best, so there's no location of the land in there for us to have a better result. This one is not backed by the golf course, so ours should be worth more, right? But it's safe to say that we can sell this property for $45,000. I can tell you right now by looking at this. And if you have questions, you gotta let me know, because you're not seeing the value. Sell for $45K. I'm okay making $15,000. The offer is gonna be anywhere between $28 to $30K. Now let's go to the next one. So Marion, and that hard to sell in the area, maybe, but if you get it for the right price, we're gonna be good. I think she was talking about, she looked at the whole picture of the whole thing, right and left. She looked at everything around here. That's what she did, I'm pretty sure. And again, this is one area and this is another area. Those are 2 different areas. And the lots in there are more like a rectangle, and then we have this one that's a little bit more like a square. Not a square perfect, but it's larger, the road frontage. And it's always better to have something like this and have a skinny lot going through, you know, have more symmetry. We're looking at the next property. It's in Florida. Wow, this guy has a property in Florida. But I like it already because there's a house on your left, there's a house on your right. And again, you want to check every single property that the owner owns, every single vacant lot, so you can make offers. Good thing we can put the little guy in there. Heavy wooded. We should mention that. That's going to cost some money to clear that lot. She didn't write this. Heavy wooden. And I saw already some properties for sale. Ocala, Florida. I made some money there, but I can say that $798,000. That's not a vacant lot, or maybe they purchased a bunch of lots together. This is a house, but again, it doesn't have an address. I see a property here for sale for 28. It does have an address. Look at that. Let's go to Zillow. Let's find that property. 18,500. Maybe they did not sell. History. It's not on the history here. Sometimes this happens, but you know, let's just do the comps in the regular way. I think the lot, where is the lot? It's right here. So it's right here. We don't want to look at the entire area again. We want to be strategic. There's enough comps here so we can draw this. This should be there that we're looking at land. Up to here, one side of the freeway. And believe me, it makes a difference. Let's see, the cheapest one for sale is $28,000. Heavy wooded too, and it's not selling. And at least they have a photo of the land, right? Some people don't have photos of anything. And they have been on the market for 34 days. They dropped the price. It was 55 and they dropped to 28. Wow, what a big difference. And they've been trying to sell this land for quite a while. And ours is pretty much the same, right? 0.28. The one that we're looking, it's how big? That's almost the same. 33. There's a bunch for sale. Let's see the sold ones, right? So we know that the cheapest is going to be, oh, there's 27, 27, 28, 28, 29, 29. Because I put the filter here, low to high, on the sales price. Maybe they don't have a good advertising, but we can see that the land is selling for at least 20. This is how long ago? This is 12 months. Let's say 6 months because there's enough data. Same thing. 27, 28, 29, 29. So it's safe to say that we can sell it for. Let's just be on the conservative side, right? Let's say 25 because we want to be the cheapest property for sale. So yeah, she did a great job on that one. But I don't want to go up to Florida's good. I like to do Florida. So if I make $7,000, $8,000 in Florida because I can do a double close, an assignment fee, that's good to myself, for now. But again, we're changing the whole structure of the business. We want to make more money. But yeah, we know how to do this one. And that's about it. That's a wrap on how to make offers in 2 different states fast.